Hey Wanderers,
I'm Amanda.
and I'm Ron.
Welcome to Wanderlost.
So if you have been around our channel for any length of time, and most of you that have ever come to the channel, you came because we reviewed a solo stove. So we decided to upgrade. I have had our Bonfire Ranger for about a little over a year, and so we decided that with the larger space that we have here, we wanted to upgrade. So we moved to the Bonfire, which is the next size up. You will go inside. No.
He's sad because he wants to run and he can't because there's no fence.
So we upgraded to the next size up, which is a Bonfire. It's not the biggest one, the Yukon, which really goes through wood, but it's larger, so we can kind of sit around it a little more. We're still going to keep the Ranger, which is great for travel, but this one we're going to keep here in the backyard. And so in addition to getting the Bonfire, we ordered a shelter that will go over top of it and keep it from rusting and keep it safe from the weather when we're not using it.
There we go.
So we just recently upgraded, or upsized, I won't say upgraded, we upsized to their next size, the Bonfire, to have a little bit bigger of a fire pit. And so it hit 50 degrees in Texas tonight, and that's perfect bonfire weather. So we went and
First fire.
cranked up the fire pit.
So the Ranger, our plans moving forward is that we will use the Ranger for trips that we take, especially if we're car camping or if we're going to a friend's house and we want to have a fire pit and maybe they don't have one and we're going to be gone for a couple of days. We take it because it can be set up anywhere.
Yes.
So that leads into what we wanted to talk about today. We usually get some of the same questions every time when people watch the Ranger or the Ranger initial review that we did and then the 1 year review that we did. So we get a lot of the same questions. So we're gonna answer those questions about the Bonfire.
So not as easy as it looks to get on then, huh?
Well, it fits tight, as it should.
So tonight is the coldest night we've had since we moved here. So we decided to build our first fire in our new fire pit. It's never going to look this clean again. And you have a fire starter
Yeah, homemade one.
in there, one of our homemade ones. And then just some papers that we need to get rid of in a secure manner.
Yeah. I'm gonna pile those up, put the fire starter on top, put some of the smaller logs on top of it, and get it going.
And the first one being, does it put out a lot of smoke?
It does not. However, depending on what you use to start the fire, we usually take paper and twist that into kind of little kindling sticks and use that to start because it's an easy thing to start burning. That does smoke some.
Along with our homemade fire starter.
Yeah.
Which we have a video of you making, maybe?
No, we need to make
We do
one.
not, so we need to make
And
one.
since we're down to one more, we need to make some.
Nice. So another common question that we get is what comes with it when you buy the solo stove?
Well, it really depends on what you want. So if you go to the Solo Stove website, you can order just the fire pit. You can order any of the accessories that go with it separately. But most people, and what we've usually done, is you buy in a bundle. And you can tailor those bundles according to what you want. The simplest bundle being a fire pit plus a stand, which I recommend. The stand really makes a difference in the performance, and it raises it up, especially if you're not on like a flat surface like the patio here. It raises it up and increases that airflow. So if you go to their website, they're often doing specials where it'll be the fire pit plus the stand, for free or something like that. But you can order bundles that come with every accessory that they have. So it just kind of depends what you want. This bundle we ordered here is the stand, the fire pit, the stand, and then the shelter, which will cover it and protect it from the elements. But you could order the shield over the top or whatever you want.
A lot of times they have really big sales for Black Friday, but they also have sales all the time, right?
Yeah, so like they'll have one for starting a fall. Really, they're trying to give people opportunities all the time to invest in their products.
Awesome. Okay, what's another question that we get a lot?
We get asked, does it burn down?
Right, and it does burn all the way down to ash, but it doesn't. You do still have ash in there, so don't think that it's somehow going to magically disappear and be completely clean. But there won't be any wood left.
Yeah, but this fire that we burned here, if you go look in there, I haven't dumped it just yet, but it is completely just ash in there and burnt all the way down. So you'll have to do is go dump the ash out. Maybe give it a rinse down if you want to, and it'll be clean and ready for the next use.
And the final question that we get asked is, does it put out a lot of heat?
It puts out a good amount of heat, but it's a more focused and controlled heat than you would get with like just a bonfire. Because of the way it's designed, the heat definitely generates up and out of the top. And so the tighter you can pack around it, the more heat that you're going to feel.
Right. I think it works best if you're using it to stay warm. I think it would work best with a smaller number of people sitting around it, because you can get closer to this than you can a regular fire. And if you have a ton of people and you're all spread out around it, it's not going to give you heat. It's just there for the looks or for the roasting of whatever you're roasting.
But like using it this night, sitting back relaxed, I was warm, but I just leaned forward 6 or 8 inches and sat a little different, and my torso and my face started to get hot. So you can lean yourself in and get really warm.
And it gets hotter the more it burns too.
Yeah.
So when it gets really going in there, and especially you were talking about the secondary burn, what is that looking like?
So that is when the fire gets going and those holes around the top start pulling extra air in, and it's burning up at the top. And that's why it burns down so well, because there's such a good amount of airflow that the fuel burns down to almost nothing. And so once you get it going, it's no problem at all to keep it going. You just drop the piece of wood in there and it will completely keep going.
Awesome. So we definitely support the Solo Stove company. We have now purchased a camping one, a Ranger fire pit, and now a Bonfire fire pit. And so we definitely think that they're worth the investment. They're worth it because of the way they work and the way they hold up. And our Ranger we've had for over a year, and this one, of course, we just got, but it will be... we will check back in a year and see how it is done. I feel like we will use it a lot more down here than we did in South Dakota, because down here it'll get cool and we'll be able to use it at night, but it's not going to get like so cold that we can't even go outside like it did in South Dakota.
So you can see, one of the things I will add is you can see us using the tools that we ordered. We talked about them in our 1 year later of the Ranger. But those are really, really nice, especially now with having the bonfire, because of how hot it was getting and burning. There's no way to just drop that wood in there by hand. So the tools are really useful, and not the tongs, but the stick is really useful, because the way they've designed it with that curve in it, you can really move the wood around in there and ensure that everything is burning. So I really do. I endorse the tools as well. It's very useful.
All right, so let us know if you guys have any other questions. We will check back in and answer any of those questions that we can. And we always answer questions in the comments. So let us know if you want to know anything else that we didn't cover.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and throw those comments down at the bottom.
And don't forget to click the notification bell so that you'll find out when we post new videos.
Bye, guys.